Hello everyone, today we're going from AutoCAD 2D into Inventor 3D. My name is Marco Trinidad. I'm one of the application engineers here at KETIV. Okay, in this next section, we're going to be moving from importing our geometry to now formatting it now that we have it inside of Inventor. Now, after we've imported it into Inventor, it doesn't come in quite the same as a native Inventor sketch, so we do have to fix a few things on it. First thing being that we do need to change our line style so that they match Inventor, and we're able to see what is unconstrained or what is fully constrained. We do need to add some constraints and dimensions to our sketch to fully finish it off. One of the tools that may be helpful is using the auto constrain tool to figure out where we're still missing those constraints or those dimensions, and then be able to add those in after. And then the last one is to move, rotate, or scale it. In some instances, if you don't get a perfect import or your AutoCAD file wasn't formatted a certain way, you do have the option to move, rotate, or scale your geometry. Now, if you did want a more in-depth walkthrough or matrix on moving from AutoCAD 2D to 3D, we do have this page linked in the description, which will give you a lot more information on making the change and being able to fully optimize your design data. Now moving into Inventor. Okay, so we do have this imported file now. This is our bracket view that we moved from AutoCAD and we pasted inside of Inventor. Now, one thing to note is that even though it shows up as fully constrained, at least the color scheme on the lines, if I look at the bottom right of my Inventor window, it still says I need 26 dimensions in order to fully constrain this. That's because when we import from AutoCAD 2D, we still need to format this to fit our Inventor 3D. You can see there is a few dimensions that did come through when we did the import. But some constraints, for example, if I were to grab this point right here, I can still click and drag this point and break some of these dimensions. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to format the color scheme so that it matches what I use in Inventor. So to do that, I'm going to click and drag and select this sketch. Now I'm going to right click, go down to properties, and then in here, I could see my line properties. Now, for all of these, you can see that this one varies. That means there are multiple different line properties, same with line type and line weight. I'm going to go into the dropdown and I'm going to select default. And once again, I'm going to do that for a second. And the line weight, I'm going to leave as is. Now, when I click apply, that will format all of these lines. And now it looks a bit more familiar, like my usual Inventor sketches. Next up, I'm going to clean it up a little bit. Some of these hidden lines that were in AutoCAD that I don't necessarily need inside of Inventor, and I'm going to delete those. So I'm going to select this vertical line that was a hidden line, and then select delete on my keyboard. Same thing with these other two. Delete those. Now you can see I've brought down the number of dimensions I needed down to 18. Next up, I am going to add some tangents here. I can see when I click and drag that some of these tangents aren't necessarily there. So to do that, I will go up to the top and select my tangent constraint, and then click and place those tangents on these lines. Right. Next up, there are a couple of split lines on here. They were more than likely split from that view where they had a line dividing them inside of AutoCAD. I did want to merge these or extend these so that I don't have these separate line segments. So to do that, I am actually going to delete them and then extend them. So when I go up to the top under modify, there's an extend tool. I'm just going to hover over this vertical line and that'll extend it up to that horizontal. And then you can see once again, our number of dimensions needed is going down. So one thing I will do is I'm going to add in some of the dimensions that I already know. So one is over here, this horizontal dimension. This one is 4. And then also a vertical dimension. Now, right now, it looks like I have everything that I need, but it's still showing that I have 7 dimensions that I need. One quick way of knowing or checking to see what dimensions you can still be missing or you might still be missing is if going to the auto constraint tool. So if we go up to the top under constraints, there is this dimension with a little lightning bolt above it. If we click on that, we will come up with the auto dimension tool. This will add in constraints or dimensions and or dimensions, and then we can click apply. And then it'll just give us an idea of what we're missing. So one of these that I see is that I still don't have perfect offset all the way around. So that is one thing that I can still dimension. Another one is that I don't have an anchor to the origin. So that is another dimension that I need. But these aren't necessarily dimensions or constraints that I want to keep. So one thing I can do is I can actually go up to the auto dimension tool and then click remove. And that will only remove dimensions that I added with that tool. So now going in here, I did need the offset here. So I will use the equals constraint and make these 2 line segments equal to each other. And then one thing I did want to do is make this anchored to the origin. So I'm going to go up to my coincident and grab this bottom left point and move that onto the origin. Now there is one more constraint that I need, constraint or dimension. That is this line segment. And to do this one, I am going to make these horizontal and vertical lines equal to each other. That should fully constrain and finish off this sketch. And now from this sketch, we would then go and extrude this out and then finish out our brackets. So I'm going to go to the extrusion tool, add in my thickness, which and then from here, I would go and finish out this part. If you had any questions on formatting or dimensioning this part, feel free to leave a comment below and we'll do our best to answer your questions.